What is Twitter, and how can it be used to gain new real estate clients? Speaker, coach, and author Bernice has some helpful answers.
First of all, Twitter is a free social networking microblogging service, and what you do is you post 140 characters, and that's all, very short messages, and these are called tweets. Now, as you can see from this Twitter slide, this is my home page on Twitter, and there's several different ways I can communicate. I can use Twitter to communicate directly with other people like I do with email, one at a time. But the thing that's really powerful about Twitter is it lets me communicate. In my case, I have over 2,000 followers right now. It lets me communicate with all of my followers in one easy step. One of the best ways to get started on Twitter is with the site called monitor.com. That's monitter.com. And what Monitor does is it lets you see what's on Twitter without having a Twitter account. So what this does is it lets you identify people that you may want to follow on Twitter and be able to find out what they're saying on topics that are of interest to you. One of the best tools for working on Twitter is an application called TweetDeck. I find it easier to use than the actual Twitter application because what it does is it lets me do several things very easily. I can send direct messages from me to another person. I can retweet, which means I'm resending someone else's tweet. The correct etiquette on Twitter is to retweet when you like what someone else says. But I can also, a lot of times I may want to, Twitter post might have a link to an article that would be interesting for my clients. The other thing that TweetDeck lets me do is it also lets me post to my Facebook account automatically just with a simple click of the button. Now, in terms of finding people to follow, assume that you were an engineer in the aerospace business at one time, or perhaps you're interested in politics. There's a site called Twello.com, and think of this as the yellow pages for Twitter, but it's also a great way to meet people who are in your area and who are in a specific profession. Another tool is called Nearby Tweets. And what this tool does is it lets me see who is tweeting in my area. So this is another great way to meet people that may be my neighbors who could be potential clients.
Bernice warns, however, don't bombard people with information about real estate. The idea is to make friends now, do a deal later. Thanks for joining us.